I'll open this meeting. So if everybody can stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation, indivisible,
with liberty and
justice for all.
There you
The minutes from April 27th, we need to approve.
Yeah, I got those. I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Okay. Then I guess the minutes are approved. We only have two people here. Is anybody here from Michigan City?
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone has popped on. Oh, that's
You
the
want to
best.
do a roll call?
At West.
Candace, do you want to do a roll call?
Yes.
Okay.
So, Beth West,
I'm sorry, I just joined. What are we voting on?
the minutes from April 27th that were in your meeting packet.
Okay, yes.
Jay Sullivan,
Yes.
Mitch Bishop,
Aye.
Nick Minich.
Yes.
That concludes roll call.
I'm pulling up my agenda. So bear with me. Okay, let's see if I can share my screen. Moving on. As everybody's, in case you didn't know, there was no meeting on July 27th. We held one, but Beth was the only person to show up to that meeting.
It's dedication right there.
So we did not discuss anything.
Oh.
We would have discussed it. We would have discussed the spending plan update. And if you notice, which is number 4 on the agenda, spreadsheet was provided in the meeting packet. If you have any questions on that, let me know. Projects that are going to construction this fiscal year. We have 1700760 Laporte paving, 1601867 the Chessie Trail Phase 2, and 1902197 Laporte County Highway Signs Replacement. And then we had several other projects with committed or allotted funds, as we can see.
Is that Laporte County is the most important because it's in red? Is that why?
No, the reason I haven't read is because they
I
are
know.
requesting additional $100,000.
Yeah, the stage 3 estimates came in, and unfortunately they said, well, you were whatever 120,000 under our estimate. And so what I did was I just cut. I mean, I know you don't have any money really, so I cut a couple townships out and designed on the money I did have, the 160. So
Okay. Maybe when are you planning on doing those?
that should be
next
Oh,
spring?
Yeah, it's gonna be in the spring for sure.
Well, if
I
you
think
run,
April.
okay. Maybe we can look at the end of, towards that time and see how we're sitting, and if we have extra money, maybe we can do a change order and include those in,
Okay.
or a portion of those in.
All right. Yeah, I'm doing there was 8 townships originally we were asking for, and I had with 160,000, we estimate I could do 3, and I did 3, the largest that needed the most signs replaced out of the 8. So there'd be
Okay,
5 remaining. So it was
yeah,
like, yeah, that was our strategy for now anyway.
okay. And I want to look into, I need to call Federal Highway and ask and verify that, Mitch,
Okay.
about local fire forces doing the work.
Yeah, I did bring that up, Charles, to INDOT. And they said there's no mechanism for that. I was like, well, since we have a sign shop, we could probably get them. I know we can for that amount of money. It's too bad that you don't have the mechanism. Basically, I said.
Well,
So how do we?
and here's
get that
what
mechanism?
I'm wondering is we had another project a couple years ago where, and this was for the EVPs in Maryville. So this does affect Nick, is they had all the transmitters that went in the emergency vehicles.
Right.
They had them delivered to the city, and the city forces put them in.
Huh.
So I have a question I need to ask Federal Highway if this would be allowed.
Yeah. It's not really showing
And maybe
consistency.
it's something they would allow,
Mm.
but we just have to show that all those signs were actually replaced.
And then can't
Because
we do
the
that?
reason they don't want the reason
Couldn't
they
we
don't
do
want
that?
them. What's
Okay,
that?
go ahead. I'm sorry. I mean, couldn't we do that pretty easily with construction supervision? Because we're still.
That's what I'm thinking. Because the reason they don't want you to do that, the reason they don't want you to receive them and put them in with your own forces is because they want to make sure that they actually got done. And you're not stockpiling, ordering 300 signs so that you have them on hand for the next 6 years or something like that.
Right.
So with construction supervision, that should take care of that.
Yeah.
So
Agree. Oh well. All right.
I will call Federal Highway and verify that.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
So, and that I think could go a long way on other projects too. So. Moving on, projects with allocated funds this year. Keep in mind that if you do need to request do an RFQ and go through that whole process, that has to be started mid-January. Because if it's after February 1st, it's almost too late in the year.
I see a Lincoln Trail extension on there. I mean Marquette Trail. I amended that. Did you see? I mean, did you look at to get on the? I amended the tip like you instructed me to do. Because
Yeah.
remember we were talking about the. Okay, I have to make sure we're good there.
Yeah.
All right. The 297 federal on that.
Right.
Cool. Thanks.
So, I did this late last week, so after we had talked, so.
Okay.
Under new business, quarterly meetings are going to be on the 27th, which is tomorrow morning, November 4th. That's a Thursday, next Thursday, and then Monday, November 8th.
Recording meeting. we're getting.
Yeah, so I've given everybody the quarterly meeting schedule.
See what we got.
So,
What do you got?
do you want to know when your meeting's gonna be at?
Yeah, we're on the 3rd, I thought.
No. What was the other one? November 8th. Sure it's on November 8th, yeah.
So Laporte County
November 8th.
is
We're the
at
8th.
9 a.m.
Yep, 9 a.m. on 8th. I got it.
And Nick, you're on November 4th at 9:40.
Yep.
So I sent both of you guys,
Yous guys.
the meeting information this morning.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What, 8? November 8th?
Yeah, 9 o'clock, yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay. I can do it.
I guess y'all approved.
I'm here. If I'm not sick with the flu, man, the brown bottle flu.
So, reports were due last Thursday. I think everybody, I'm not sure. I'm going through the reports now. So if you didn't get it in, get it in.
Yeah, I didn't
Okay.
get confirmation back on the bridge inspection, but I think that's handled differently anyway, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I think all of Laporte counties is in. I haven't checked Laporte. But I know Laporte County goes through ITAP or LTAP.
Yeah,
So-
I got like 3 or 4 through there, and then I don't know the rest through our tip.
The 104 and 512 aren't under yet, though, right? 104 should be.
Yeah, there's one. Yeah, one of the problems is it's on one, not.
And
It don't have to be on both.
I didn't see any either
But we
one.
can talk about that. We can talk about that on the 8th.
Yeah, we can do that.
So, moving along, CN for construction for 22 and 23. Please look at or have your consultants review their engineers' estimates for inflation and for construction timelines. I know PVC has gone up astronomically, copper fittings, any copper wire actually. Asphalt, that's all gone up. And so just keep in mind that if prices go up, and well, like you mentioned with the signs, prices have gone up, and you're either going to have to cut something out, or there's going to be more on the LPA to may not get your 20%. So, and we have a fully budgeted, we fully programmed all our funds. So it's not like we have a bunch of extra money to give for change orders or anything like that. Project schedules, it appears some of the project schedules are slipping. The NEPA process and the permits and utilities, I'm not even going to talk about railroads. Those are all slipping, or they're all taking a lot longer. So keep in mind that schedules are starting to slip. And that's causing all the reviews to pile up also. In fact, I looked at it, I got an email today, and it'll be I got an email today saying that starting in December of 22, stage 3 is going to be due 152 days prior to RFC.
Oh yeah, I saw that just a couple hours ago. Came through from RC.
Yes, right now it's 75 days.
Yeah.
NDOT says that they're having some major issues with revisions and so on and so forth. So they're asking that stage 3 beginning in December of 22 for lettings and starting in December of 22.
Yeah. So
That stage 3 comes in 152 days prior to.
I think they want us to notify all the consultants of that. I think, on that email from Marcy.
Yeah,
We got past.
so
Wouldn't,
keep that in mind.
wouldn't it be easier to make things less complicated so they don't have to review as long?
Hey, I agree with that.
I mean, some of
Now,
the, I,
you're
How's
taking away
that-
someone's job.
Contact your legislator.
some of the things that we have to resubmit on are just
I know.
beyond ridiculous.
You gotta make sure all those I's and T's are crossed just perfectly right. Yeah. Have to be a
Oh.
90-degree on that T.
Yes. Also, the construction timelines are moving out too. It seems like
Yeah.
with the amount of projects coming through, and then we have those two little NICD projects, the double track and Westlake. Those are going to be eating up a lot of subs. So labor is also going to be short, even more shorter.
I need to
than-
start, so I need to start my construction company. Is that what you're saying?
Yep.
Okay. Get my LLC going.
Yep. So that's just something to keep in mind.
Mm.
And then lastly, there's a confusion going on with the STIP and the TIP and the STIP, which essentially means that I've got to keep two books. The TIP was approved and adopted by NERC, but the feds have not approved the NDOT STIP. So therefore, NDOT is still operating on the 22 to 2024 TIP or STIP. And all the projects that we put in the adoption have not been accepted.
Mm.
So if there's a project in 22 or 23, and this is supposed to be resolved by early next year. So, but in the meantime, they're asking us to go through all the projects and make sure that everything in 22 and 23 is correct in our TIP. So I did that, and I'm still finding things wrong. So I'm asking both you guys, I'm asking everyone really,
Right.
to look at your projects and make sure your projects that are in the TIP, that are in our TIP, are
Right.
correct.
Okay.
So
Will do.
anything with the 22 prefix on it has not been fully accepted by Federal Highway or NDOT.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
yeah, I mentioned yeah. So that's it, everything I had. Is there any other business that hasn't been discussed?
The only thing I got, and I mentioned it to you before, I guess, well, is if you go down that Marquette plan in the TIP, I never received any construction inspection funds. So I missed what do you think would be the best? I know there's no money either. Is that
For which
something
one?
like
For the Marquette
Trail
Trail?
1592
2335.
335. I think that's Marquette. Singing Sands, Marquette Trail. Have construction funds, but don't have supervision funds. letting.
How much are we talking about?
Yeah. See, for construction, I got is what, $1 million, if I remember right.
You've got,
So
is that the one in 25?
what's that?
Is that the one in
No,
25?
that's the
No.
Lincoln Trail.
Lincoln Trail. This, Marquette's, they're working on right away now. The buyers are out there.
That's in 23.
Right away, Jones. Yeah, it's
Oh.
7/13 of 2022. But yeah, fiscal year 23.
So
Yeah. any I don't know. I imagine it, well, 12% of
120 grand.
yeah, 120 grand. 20% of $1 million, or 12.5% of $1 million. Well, it's coming in 956,000. So yeah,
96.
about right around 115, 120,000 total. Federal would be 80% of that. 90. Probably get it done.
how much? 120?
Yeah, total, I'd say. Using that figure 956, that's close. I don't know. Let me see it exactly here. 956. And then some firms like to see 15%. I don't know. But
Yeah, it depends on the size of the project too.
yeah. So, but I'd talk them down and say, I'd say you need to take it. 120, yeah, that's right on there. 119.5, 80% of that. 96,000 would be the federal. I wonder if I can't go after any. I know Group 3 is available, but that's in the urbanized.
Do you, does anybody know how Michigan City's trail projects for 2024 are going? Are those still all 2024? Those seem to be really the biggest expenses in 2024.
The trail projects, I think, are on track.
Okay.
What is unclear is any roadway improvement projects. Michigan City has Ohio Street, $230,000 for PE in 23. And they have they didn't even apply for construction in the last NOFA for that project.
Oh, well. Is
Parker Street.
Is that the one?
Parker Street's got 90,000
Yeah.
for PE in 23. And again, they didn't ask for any funds for construction in the last NOFA.
I'm looking at, because with the local tracks project, letting dates and everything, it wouldn't be terrible for me to move Park Street to 2024, which would free up funds in 2023, but I'm not sure what in 2024 could shift.
No. Well, what's going on? Like Michigan City, are they even doing those projects, Charles? Or you don't know? Because I know.
Well, they didn't. They keep telling me that they're going to combine the funds for both those projects.
The Barker and the Ohio Street.
Yeah.
In Ohio.
Yeah, they keep telling me that they're going to combine the funds and put them toward one big project. But that's what Jeff tells me Jeff Wright tells me every single
Time you see him?
meeting.
Yeah.
And it's almost sounds like a broken record.
Yeah,
now, I do know that Liberty Trail, I should say, is is still on. They are committing to do that.
Yeah.
That's under Complete Streets.
Yeah, we're helping them with that. That they go over that bridge. We got a Liberty Trail Bridge, and we're making improvements and assisting them with that. Some of our local money, our bridge, our Cume
Yeah,
Bridge funds.
that's at 24.
Yeah.
Now the other question in 24 is Amtrak crossing for the Singing Sands Phase 1. We don't know anything about that project. NDOT is graciously giving them 400,000 or something like that for the crossing. So if they do get approval from Amtrak mysteriously starts working with them, then we could have some savings there, because right now, Amtrak told them last time that they talked to the Amtrak, they were told that's going to cost $1.2 million to do that project. Which, mind you, originally they said it was going to be 200,000, and then 400,000, and then it's going to be 1.2 million.
Jesus, that's some inflation.
So, and there's no basis for anything on that,
Yeah, I got you. Railroads like to do that.
Like me asking you, how much is this project going to cost in Kansas?
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, I don't know. I'm just going to charge them 1.2.
Yeah.
So, which is, I think, is what Amtrak. I think Amtrak just wants them to scare them off.
Sounds like it.
But I know Michigan City, according to Skylar and Shannon, they probably get 2 phone calls a week of people asking them why the Singing Sands Trail doesn't cross the tracks. Why do you have to go out on the street on US 12? And they think it's the city's fault, and so they're angry at the city. And
Right.
Tyler's made the comment to me. He's like, I'm just going to go spray paint Amtrak's phone number on the barricade.
Yeah.
Call Amtrak.
Yeah.
But anyway, I digress. So yeah, there's so that's $600,000 that could be in 2024.
Well, and that's not far off from our Park Street project.
You need 600,000, you mean?
Yeah, I'm saying right now we have Park Street in 2023, but the overpass project is actually 2024. So if we want to basically combine those projects and not have to have, 1.5 seasons of bad construction traffic instead of 2 full seasons, then I could move that. So, and that would free up money in 2023, and then we could just, we could use more money in 2023 for, if it's not too late, we could put it in. We can't move to PE for 2023, can we?
Yeah, you can move it to PE.
We can move a little to PE and combine and do one larger. We're trying to figure out how to do more sidewalk projects. So we could combine some things and do one larger sidewalk project in 2023. And have consultants.
Do you have a consultant for that one?
We would. That's what I'm saying. If we can move money to PE, then I would consult that out.
Yeah.
But I've got to be able to do my Park Street project.
That would be a discussion. I would say get a hold of Jeff.
Okay.
Jeff or Skylar, one of the two.
Okay.
I mean, it's eventually gonna be Jeff, but actually that money would become from Shannon, so. And they're not gonna, we have it at high risk, but I'm not gonna touch it until I have to. Just in case Amtrak should happen to come like one day and come to work.
Right.
Well, let's at least, hey, Mitch, let's kind of keep that in the back of our minds.
Right.
If we can shift some things around, I wouldn't mind moving that Park Street project back a year in order to make one larger project, because it's not as efficient to do the smaller ones for us anymore now that we're
Right.
don't have the capacity to get them done right now. So,
Okay. Yeah.
and we're still early enough that it doesn't seem like much, but we can still get a 2023 project through because they're pretty simple,
Okay.
especially if it's not me doing it.
Yeah, right. Okay, yeah, I'll just keep it on the back burner for now. But
Okay.
at least
And-
on my mind.
Mitch, you have 512 bridge PE for that?
512 bridge, yeah, USI won that. And
Okay.
we have a contract, and
Wednesday, I'm going before the commissioners to get the contracts on.
Wednesday
Okay.
when it's signed.
Okay.
So we should be good there.
Okay. We got 390,000, so.
Yep. That'll work. They gave me a big sob story how that was a good one. So oddly enough, this usually never happens, but we put a budget together and we had USI look at it because they did our bridge inspections and they haven't done a bridge for us for a while. So like, oh, okay, well, hey, want to look at my budget for the bridge? They look at it. Oh yeah, this is like really good. I think, yeah, we'll work with this. Then when it's time to get for the contract, you're like, well, this budget, it's real tight here, Mitch, and we might need some more of this. I'm like, no, you don't. You reviewed it. You said it's fine. So that's how I based the grant. And that's how we got the money, based on the budget that we drew up and that they looked at. So I'm like, hey, you're stuck now, buddies. But yeah, I think it'll be fine. Let's see.
Okay.
They'll work with us. But yeah, everything's coming all. I think we figured out with the Lincoln Trail project. But that's crazy. The $1 million, and we're gonna apply for those NDOT funds from 300 to 200. We're already looking at an application, and then we discussed it earlier, Charles. So I think
Yeah.
we use that state money if we're able to get it for that first mile, and then the federal will apply it to the next mile. And all those meetings we've been having with DNR and Barloga and NDOT, I think that's the route we probably need to take.
So you're gonna pull that. You've got 1.3 in FY25 for Lincoln, and you're gonna use
Well,
next level trails for part of it, and then do the rest with federal.
Yeah, so
Well,
it's not.
go ahead, Mitch.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead. You can explain. You
Yeah.
can fill Nick in
So,
on what's going on.
Yeah, that original grant we got from NERC, it covered the whole trail from 300 South to basically connection to Purdue. It went up to Monon and went through Isaac Walton. There's a lot of wetlands there. And what we come to find out is Isaac Walton don't really want it. And it's gonna be a big delay, big boardwalk, a lot of mitigation, and costs are going way up. So we're looking at a different route to go around the Isaac Walton north of the Isaac Walton, further north on Otis Road, turning easterly. So we're not messing with the ravine that's down there, and a boardwalk that would be 1,500 feet.
Okay.
Get through there. And so we did a cost estimate, and it was looking at today's, of inflation or anything, it's about $1 million extra that's going to be on that project we don't have. So after speaking with NDOT, NERC, DNR, the thought would be to apply for next level for that first mile between 300 south to 200 south. And that would fall within you have a $2 million cap for local projects. And the rest of the federal funds we would use to build the rest of it, going north of the Isaac Walton League, and then connecting the 421 in the same location where the light is. And that's where we would stop. Now that adds like 0.8 miles, so there's more construction cost there. But that first mile would be easier for us because there's only two landowners, and one's the railroad, and it'd be easier using the state funds. So we think we could push that mile section quicker, and then utilize the federal funds that are already in place, and which I have a lot of partners with the Healthcare Foundation and Purdue, and the only partner on that state route, if we get the funds, would be this Laporte County and the parks. So it'd be, I think, a little bit more seamless, and they want to, of course, the state money, they want to get busy right away, and the sooner the construction, the better. So that would actually probably get done before the federal funds. So if we were able to procure those funds from the state, the next level grant. But that's pretty much where we're at. And the next level opens up November 1st. And I got a meeting with the engineers going to do it. The engineer we hired for the federal grant is going to do the application for us, actually, for the next level gratis, of course. And so that's a good thing. And then he wants to help with the match too, and donate work for the state. And the state also said we could get reimbursed by some of the work already done with the federal funds in between 300 and 200 to help with the match as well. But they like to overmatch. They like to have 25% instead of 20. 20 is the minimum, 25 to 30. So I think, I don't know. It's pretty much a disaster, but I think it might work out in the end. I don't know. We'll see.
Do you have interest in partnering on the second next level trail grant application?
Yeah, I would. Yeah. I don't know if you have to have commitments, and that grant's already due. I have to have a commitment letter from the council. So I'm going to have to say, oh, council, I know you already committed a certain percentage on the federal funds. Now I need you to commit on the state funds. But it's just a commitment, and I've done pretty well partnering with Purdue and the other ones. So they're only paying like 6% of the federal end as opposed to 20. So I'm hoping, and Jeremy's gonna help me too. So Jeremy Sebecki is actually taking a role on some of the trail now. I got his butt going because I'm like, hey man, I think the mid show here. I'm like, hey, you need to help me out with this. This is the Laporte County Trail System. You are the park superintendent. So he's helping out a lot more, and so I think he's gonna try to. And he has a foundation, Parks Foundation, and he's gonna try to, and with myself, of course, but with council. And you know what? There's ARP money available, so that might be. And they want to give to the parks because, the parks everybody could utilize in the county. So it's kind of like a better project because it's open to everybody.
We're finalists for Ready Grant, and our application was for the Chessie Trail heading north.
Oh, okay.
So up to the South Shore Trail, which then
Alright.
connects into, Michigan City's trail system and everything.
Oh, that's cool.
So, I think we're trying to find out if we can match if we would get the Ready Grant, if we could match next level trails, and then, we work with Healthcare Foundation and others and try and minimize any financial input from, dollars that could go to other things too. So,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Cause the Healthcare Foundation already gave me 300,000 to the Lincoln Trail extension. So, and most of that 270 is for construction in 2025, but they gave me like 30,000 for right away, and that's 2023. I think, right, Charles? We moved it,
Yeah.
2023. So, but I think that still might work in 2020. I don't know. Depends. I don't know. I don't want to spook the healthcare foundation quite yet. And say, hey, my
Well, we actually, that right of way is in 2022.
in 2022.
Yeah, remember we moved it from 2021
Oh yeah.
because your NEPA document.
Right. 2022. Okay.
So it's available now.
It's available. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, you know that system, they right away ain't gonna happen until it's probably not gonna
It
happen
should
until,
be, the NEPA document should be done any day now.
well, they got the deeper document done, but they didn't submit it yet. So
And if that gets moved to 23, you'll lose it.
right. Mm-hmm. Right.
So it's not done till you submit it and get it approved.
Right.
Another changing gears, Charles, have you seen or heard anything about additional funds coming in? Whether they be from, stimulus or whatever it is, or
The only thing I had heard was that the new infrastructure bill will take effect immediately.
Okay.
Which doesn't make sense because they're gonna throw 22 money at us. If they throw 22 money at us, we almost can't use it. Right? Unless you already have something in the works.
we
Yeah,
I mean, we can use, like I said, we can upscale our sidewalk projects. Stuff like
right,
that.
but most projects can't use it because
Or
by
we
the
can,
time it comes, I mean, you have to have right away, or I mean, you have to have your right away PE or right away already in the works.
Mhm.
And then you've already got the money in there. So it would just be crazy if they gave it to us, although they might give us like a 1-year leniency on that funds. We could use them in 22 or 23. I don't know. That's the only thing I heard. But the way Washington is, I mean, can you really believe them?
the other thing is if we could get some more things worked out on our north-south corridor, and we had a good funding strategy and everything looked good, which we won't, we're kind of waiting on that bill to understand what dollars are going to look like, then we could potentially move some design forward, have right away, and then dollars actually allocated, and that's what's going to be necessary for us to get our NEPA approved. So it wouldn't be impossible to use money in 2022, I don't think. FY20.
Yeah, I don't, and I don't know, but that was just a rumor that I heard.
Yeah.
So my guess is that it wouldn't take effect until 2023. But I mean, that's just smart thinking, and that's not coming out of Washington.
Okay.
If you ask me.
Okay.
That's my opinion. Doesn't need to go on the books. So, anything else?
I think that's it.
Okay. I
Oh.
move for adjournment. What?
Yeah, the only thing I need to get regarding Marquette Trail right away money we spoke about. So I
Yeah.
made that amendment, and so I just need to get eventually get a FEMA out to Marcy. Then you got to sign off on that too. Is that the
Yes, I do.
letter? Okay.
Even if it's not my money, I sign off on it.
All right, that's what I thought. Just double checking. Otherwise, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Alrighty.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
See you guys.
See you next time.
See you guys next week.
All right, take care. Don't work